Memorizing speeches. How do we do that? Do you like to memorize your speeches? There are many people that don't like to memorize speeches because what they say is that they're very, very bad at memorizing. And I know a few people that do that. And yet I can hear them and they give good speeches because they are speaking in ideas and then the words come to their mind. I can't do that. And the main reason I think that I cannot be able to think just to speak just without memorizing anything, especially if it's a contest speech, because I will not come up with the right words. And maybe it is because English is not my first language. So, what do I do to memorize speeches? Well, there are several ways that I have tried, but one of the ways that I've have worked for me lately is to break a speech into 4 to 5 sections, no more than five, and possibly, if at all possible, 3 sections. And it depends on the degree of difficulty of the speech. And then, after I have broken the speech into sections, then I memorize each speech, each section separately until it's until I have everything in my mind. And I go section by section, until I know that I know them, that I can recite them without having to think about it. The fluency will be there. And it's difficult. And then what comes next is that I add sections. I start, let's say, with section one and then add section two and memorize those 2 sections together and say them aloud until I don't hesitate. And then I add section three, I say it aloud also and I memorize it, and then section four, and so on. And then I finish the speech. But there are certain things that I take into consideration, and, and I have been advised to do that. And that is to memorize each section or the whole speech and say it aloud very fast, very, very fast, as loud as you can. Once you start memorizing it, then if you say it fast, apparently it's easier, and you you'll, you'll condition your mind to do that, to say it in a fluid way so that you don't hesitate. And then once you have everything memorized, then keep on practicing. It takes me a long time to memorize speech. It did used to before. I wonder why. Age has nothing to do with that. Remember, age is just a number. And the funny thing is that I've met people that they're much younger than me and they hate memorizing. Uh, I mean, there are speakers that don't even write a script. I don't know how to do that. I have to start with a script and then I memorize the script. That's what I do. But there's one thing that we must not forget, and that is that we need to speak from the heart. And if when we memorize a speech and we try to give it, we're going to be thinking from our head. That is why, if at all possible, don't memorize your speeches. And that way you don't have to be thinking, or if you forget a word, then everything is lost. If you can internalize them, it is better. But if you have to memorize them, then memorize them. But be aware that you have to practice, practice, practice. I hope this information helps you. And remember that once you memorize a speech, you have to practice it so that it sounds as if it natural, as if you're speaking from your heart. See you tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe and stay proactive.